Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today it is almost March, so it is time to do all the readings for all the astrological sun signs, star signs for March of 2022. So I'm going to be using the White Light Oracle deck, and I'm going to be using the Black Walnut runes. So I will put the timestamps for each of the signs in the description, and you can click on your sign, and you can click on your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, whatever sign you think is appropriate for your reading for March 2022, and I will see you there. Bye! Hello, Taurus. So, Taurus, we're going to start with a White Light Oracle card. And this is going to set the scene for your March. Let's see what you have for March. Okay, so we have Sovereign Queen Mab, and what she's all about is boundaries. She's all about making sure that you have your boundaries set and are honoring them and making sure that the people around you honor them. So let's see what the runes have to say. We're going to do a splash reading with the Black Walnut runes. Ooh, interesting. Okay, Taurus in March. What is up with you? Okay, so your central issue in March is going to be really, it's Rydho reversed. So Rydho's the journey rune. Reversed, it can either mean the ending of a journey or ending a journey, like actively ending a journey, or turning your journey inward. Leading up to this, there was a big revelation. We have Daggaz, which is the rune of the breaking of the day, and something came up that was just unignorable. You can't deny it. You can't pretend it wasn't there. Something came up, and it's basically now this is the world, and you need to deal with it. So one of the things you're doing because of that is you're making this choice to end a particular journey that you were on. So what's going to help you the most, and also to turn have an inner journey as well, and this is going to have to do with setting up boundaries, making sure that your boundaries are strong and honored, and that you are insisting on people respecting that. So there is an ending of a journey that's happening, and also turning a journey inward. I know I've said that like 3 times now. On we go. We have what's going to help you is Avaz reversed. Now Avaz is the rune of the horse. It has to do with movement, but also spirit. Reversed on the helping line, it has to do with you're not going to be running around as much. That's something that's going to help you a lot. So it's going to really help you with this in that you are not feeling like you have to run around as much as before. But secondly, this is, as far as this rune has to do with spirit, it's basically you're going to be looking inward. You're going to be following your spirit inwardly. And this is going to help enrich your life by having this journey inward and following that spirit, your inner spirit, through your inner landscape on this inner quest. Now, what's not going to help you is seeing it as basically being daunted by it because it feels like a challenge. Because really, if all you're doing is you're turning inward, you're following your spirit inwardly and finding your way there through your new developing self, it's not the challenge that it seems to be once you're actually doing it. But if you haven't taken that up, if you haven't, because you know you have to do it, this is how you're going to discover where your boundaries are and how you're going to set them. So if you see that as, I'm not going to say a chore because it's not Nauthies, but it's basically if you see this as a daunting challenge, bring yourself back up to where all you're doing is you're turning the inner eye to follow your own spirit and find this, take your inner journey that you need to do, and you will find your way to this. And what your outcome is going to be is a much greater connection with your own nature. We have Hagalaz, it's the rune of the hailstorm. It does have to do with, the uncontrolled uncontrollables and things, but on the past line, given the rest of the context of this, I'm seeing this as your natural energies, your natural forces, and really being much more in connection with that. So that, Taurus, is your reading. I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Virgo. So Virgo, we're going to start with a white light oracle card, and we have Mandala of the Heart. So you're going to be focusing, you're going to be very heart-centered, really focusing on the heart, on, you know, the love energy and the good that does, because that was really, really high vibrational energy, and it's good for like everything. So so let's see what runes we get for that to clarify that. Ooh, okay. Very good. Alrighty. So your central issue this month is going to be about spirit, really, and also, you know, being in motion, moving forward. We have Avaz, which is the horse rune, and the horse has to do with movement, but also spirit. And I'm really seeing this being more about spirit. Just really focusing on your spirit, and basically through the heart center, which is going to be the main, I mean, that's really the best place to connect anyway, because it is the center. But you're basically going to be through that, following your spirit and letting your spirit guide you. Leading up to that, you've had a big surge in your connection to source energy, which is really, really good. And this has actually put you in touch with your heart finally. I mean, maybe you always were, but it's going to really bring the focus in on heart-centered consciousness. And this is actually going to lead you to realigning yourself, if you're not already aligned with it, and just enforcing your alignment with your spirit, and moving forward with it and letting it lead you, possibly like you haven't for a while, but then this insurge of energy came in and you find yourself doing this. What's going to help you the most is patience with it. We have Ivaz, which is the rune of the yew tree, and it has to do with patience, slow development, slow growth. So it is basically going to be, you're going to let your spirit lead, and you're not going to try to force this into being anything that it doesn't want to be. Basically, you are going to be following spirit this month and being patient with it, watching where it goes and letting it lead you, and just sort of trusting that it's going to bring you where you need to be. What isn't going to help is Raido reversed. We have Raido's the journey rune reversed on the lower line. You're going to be worried about abandoning the journey that you were on to do this. You might be tempted to end this journey. You might just sort of feel like, well, this isn't getting me anywhere, and I'm just going to stop. That's not going to help you. The best thing you can do is, since this month is going to be focused on spirit for you, Virgo, is to just let spirit lead you, be patient with it, let it carry you forward, and trust the journey that it's bringing you on. Journey runs down here, but this is basically the pace. And what this is going to bring you to is, by the end of the month, you're going to see, it's sort of all going to hone in on this challenge that you're coming up to. And it's not going to be a hard challenge, but it's one that you've had to psych yourself up to face. And by the end of the month, you will be ready to face it. Here's the door, it's open. It's Thurizaz, it's the challenge rune, it's the thorn, the giant, the gateway, but it is upright. So it is open, and you've had the month, you will have had the month that will get you to the place where you're going to feel mentally like you're ready to step through this door. So that, Virgo, is your reading for March. I wish you a lovely month. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Capricorn. So, Capricorn, let's start with a white light oracle card. And your white light oracle card is Garuda Suparna. And this has to do with confidence. So your month is really going to be focusing on attaining your confidence and just letting that be your center thing, like trusting it. So we're going to pull some runes. We're going to see, ooh, nice, okay. Yes, of course. Interesting. Finally, outcome rune, which is already in my hand. Okay, so your central issue this month, Capricorn, is going to be about patience and slow growth and slow development. It's going to be, step by step. It's going to be moving patiently towards your goal and trusting the path. So what led up to this is you've had an actual recent surge, and I just saw this rune in the previous reading, which was really cool. You've had a surge of connection with your source energy, which has actually given you the confidence that you have hoped for to move forward with these steps that you know you need to take to get out of from wherever you are or were. We have what's going to help you is Berkana reversed. Berkana is the rune of the birch, and the birch, it's the birch tree rune. It has to do with birth and beginnings. Reversed on the upper line, I'm going to see this as an inner beginning. You're going to let something start developing naturally within yourself as you take these steps. Well, now that you've got the confidence you need, and now that you had this surge of connection to source energy, you're going to be you're going to let this new beginning happen inwardly for yourself. I'm going to move this down because it's like the top one's cut off. So this is where you're going to be at. And also maybe you had something that you were beginning that you might want to back burner while you do this. Maybe there was something that you're beginning. So that's just a small secondary reading. Mostly I'm seeing this as to let whatever's beginning within you, as far as, you know, your inner yin identity, let that happen, let that grow and develop, and that's going to be part of your steps towards your goal. What isn't going to help is stopping, really. We have Avaz, which is the horse rune. It has to do with movement and also spirit. It is reversed and it's on the lower line. So if Avaz has to do with movement, this is basically, you know, kicking up and not moving, basically. Don't worry that you're not moving as fast as you'd like to. Don't worry that you're not moving perhaps in a direction that you had expected to move in, because right now your focus is going to be on the slow development that you're doing based on the sudden surge of confidence and energy that you have, and you're letting this, you're basically trusting the process and letting yourself develop inwardly the way that is naturally happening right now. And what this is going to lead you to is we have Raido. Raido's the rune of the journey, and it's really something that it's like, this is where you wanted to be. This is where you, by the end of the month, you'll be ready to start the journey that you'd been hoping to start. But you have to go through this process where you're getting ready and you're developing this new inner self that is becoming and developing. And you have to do this bit by bit and just let yourself be guided by the process. And by the end of that, the outcome will be you will be ready to start that journey that you had hoped to start when this all started. So that, Capricorn, is your reading. I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. So, Aquarius, let me just move the leaves down. Okay, Aquarius, so we're going to start with a White Light Oracle card, and you have Archon Barbello. I assume that's how it's pronounced. And this has to do with allowing the pure energy to flow through you, because that's going to set everything to rights. Basically, it's like a full, you know, letting spirit flow through, because the truth of it and the purity of it is going to just fix everything. So that's basically you're going to be one of your main focuses, is just to tap into that so that it can flow in and heal you, basically. So what are your runes for this reading, Aquarius? Am I too high up again? Am I going to put this down and you're not going to be able to see the top? And plus I'm on a leaf. Oh, that's good, actually. That works. Okay. So your central issue is Sovilo, and Sovilo is the rune of the sun. It has to do with source energy, vanquishing darkness, basically what this is. So you're basically re-tapping into your source energy. Whatever your source energy is, your source energy may vary. But it's basically the energy that you know you need to tap into to nourish you and to flow through you and heal you and set you to rights. And that's what this is about. So that's basically going to be the focus this month, is really getting in connection with that source energy, Aquarius. So what's leading up to this is we have Tivaz reversed. Now Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr's the warrior god, but he's not like Rara war god. He does have that. You can pick up and go and drive forward and do what you need to do, but doing what you need to do is Tyr's thing. He has to do with duties and responsibilities, but he does also have to do with the warrior god thing. So it's reversed and it's on the path line. So this is basically saying, maybe you felt disarmed this month, or maybe you felt like, I don't want to fight anymore, and you laid down your sword this month, like before this. And here you are going, you know what, I did that, and now all this energy is coming through. So all this time I was spending fighting whatever I was fighting before, all I ever had to do was lay down the sword and the energy would come back. So not fighting anymore, letting things flow in and letting things flow, and I'm getting my energy back. So this is really good. And what's going to help you is be still and let this happen. We have Isa, which is the rune of ice, and this has to do with stillness, standstill, and clarity. So through stillness, clarity will flow through. You'll be able to continue to get that source energy flowing through to cleanse you and purify you and heal you and all that good stuff. What isn't going to help is you're a bit worried about letting go of the things that no longer serve you. We have Othala reversed. Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. Reversed, it has to do with letting go of things that no longer serve you. It also has to do with leaving your comfort zone. So that might also be a concern, that by doing this, you're letting go of what was basically what became your comfort zone. But if your comfort zone is something that is not good for you, then maybe it is important to let it go a little bit. So you've got a lot of other comfort. The light itself is comfort. So what this is going to lead to is a greater sense of inner strength. We have Uruz reversed. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox. It has to do with strength and health. And reversed, it's on the path line. So it's just basically saying that this is actually going to really boost your inner strength. This is going to give you a greater sense of inner calm and groundedness within. So it's going to be definitely a good thing. Just let it flow through and let it cleanse you and heal you. So that, Aquarius, is your reading for March 2022. I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Gemini. So we're going to start Gemini with a White Light Oracle card. We have Magnetism of Eros, and this has to do with how when you are on the love vibration, everything gets drawn to you. Everything gets attracted to you. It's like synchronicities and all that good stuff all starts happening around you when you are in that love vibration. So let's see what the runes have to say about that. Ooh, okay, very good. Alrighty. And outcome, good. So your central issue this month, Gemini, is going to be Tivaz reversed. Tivaz is the rune of Tyr. Tyr is the warrior god, and he has to do with not just riding forward into war, but also duties and responsibilities. Now, in the path line and the central issue here, I'm seeing this as you're really going to be taking time to tend your inner duties and your inner responsibilities. Maybe you just haven't had the self-care that you've wanted to do for a long time, and so maybe this is the time to do that. Leading up to this, we have Yira, and Yira is the rune of year, basically, and it has to do with the harvest, but I am sort of seeing this more leaning towards time. Like, a lot of time has passed, and you're sort of like, where am I? How long has it been? I need to just lay my sword down and basically turn my attentions to my duties inwardly, because I really need to tend this, and this is going to free things up so that the love energy can flow again. Definitely good. It also is the harvest rune, so there may have been some sort of reaping what you sowed happening. You may also have had a thing complete. You may also have had something that you were doing complete. So you've seen the fruits of your labors, and now you can actually tend to yourself, which is also very, very viable. So, and very important. So what's going to help you here at this point in March, Gemini, what you're focusing on is tend your needs. We have Nauthies in the upper line. So this is what's going to help you the most. This is not drop everything and tend your needs, but it's like now you finally can tend your needs. Sound is. Oh, I know what that sound is. It was a leaf falling. No, we aren't having autumn in our apartment. I have a bouquet that's dried up. Anyway, so what's going to help you here is tend your needs. You know the needs that need to be tended. You may even have a list, but this is what you need to be focusing on, and this is how you're going to be tending your inner duties and responsibilities during this time. What isn't going to help is you're going to be worried about energy levels. We have Sovilo, the sun, in the lower line. You may feel like you're too burned out from what all went before to do this, but just bring yourself back to this. This is not an extremely like urgent list as far as drop everything and make yourself do this. This is something that you can take pleasure in. This list of things that you're doing to tend your inner needs and your inner duties and your inner responsibilities is something that you can actually take pleasure in doing and taking your time to do. You have the time now. This is the time in March right now. March 2022, this is where you want to focus on that. So that's going to help you. And what this is going to lead you to, what your outcome of March is going to be, is a much greater connection with spirit. We have Avaz, which is the horse rune. It has to do with movement and spirit. It does also have to do with movement. So you are going to have a deeper connection with spirit, which inevitably is going to be your heart-centered connection. Through that, then you're going to be able to follow spirit a lot better. But also you're going to feel ready to run after this month. You will have accomplished the taking care of yourself to the point where you are reinvigorated and renourished, and you're going to feel like, yeah, I can do this again. I can move forward into the world again and run around and be joyful. So that, Gemini, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening, and I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Libra. So, Libra, we're going to start with a White Light Oracle card, and we have Tantra of 639 HZ, which I believe is Hertz. And this has to do with harmonious interpersonal relationships, which is a mouthful. Let's see what the runes have to say about your harmonious interpersonal relationships in March. Okay. Nice. Put that right on the leaf. Can you see that? It's a little bit high. There we go. Okay, Libra. So, your central issue this month is really going to be about surprises and fate and luck and just seeing what is revealed to you, which is very exciting. We have Pertho, which is the lot box, and this has to do with, people, they would cast lots to see how lucky they were in the day. It's like Ulf is lucky today and somebody else might not be. So anyway, basically it's this month is going to be, you're letting it reveal itself to you. You're basically sitting back and letting this be revealed. And the thing about the things that Pertho reveals is these are things that were always there. So it's a surprise, but it's a surprise that was always there, and it's just being revealed to you. But you're just letting it unfold. You're letting these things unfold. Leading up to this, we have Avaz reversed. Now, Avaz is the rune of the horse. It has to do with movement and spirit. I'm seeing this more as movement. You up until like this point, you've been sort of more active and running around. At this point, you've stopped. You're not running around right now. You're basically in a quiet, less running around. I mean, maybe not quiet, but you're not running around as much right now. So this is sort of a downtime as far as more focused on where you are. And this leads you to the central issue, which is letting things open up before you, letting things unfold. And this is going to have to do with, as the card says, harmonious interpersonal relationships. Now, what's going to help you here is that you're very, very strong. You're very strong, you're very grounded. Maybe even your stubbornness will help you at this point, because that is a factor in Uruz, which is the wild ox rune. But you have a great strength and you have good health and you're very, very good. And so anything that really, you're okay with pretty much anything that unfolds and anything that reveals itself to you, because you do feel very grounded and you do feel very strong. So this is actually not going to be, you're not stressed about it. What isn't going to help you is if you start to let yourself sink down into feeling like this is a challenge. If you start to feel like this is a challenge or it's challenging you, it can sort of wobble your resolve. But bring yourself back up to remembering just how strong you are and that you want to have these harmonious interpersonal relationships. This is something that like both sides want. This is something that everybody wants. So it's not nobody's trying to throw a wrench in the works. It's all very much what everybody wants. And when everybody wants to have the good relations, things tend to go really, really well no matter what. But you are very, very strong. You don't have to worry about pretty much anything that gets revealed. And what this will bring you to is after this month, you're going to feel a lot more rejuvenated. You're going to feel a lot more ready to take on further journeys. You're going to continue with this journey, basically. This is Raido, it's the journey rune. Oh, sorry, Thurisaz, challenge rune. This is Raido, the journey rune. It's basically, you were always on a journey, but this is sort of like a dip in it, and just letting things reveal themselves to you. And what this is going to lead to, your outcome of the month, is going to be just like, I'm good. I can continue on this journey. I've seen whatever is coming up, and I'm strong, and I'm fine with that. So that, Libra, is your reading for March 2022. I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Aries. So Aries, we're going to start with a white light oracle card, and you get Alpha of Alcyone, or Alcyone. Again, I'm not sure about the pronunciation of some of these, but basically what this has to do with is the calm of coming out of suffering. So it's like a deep calm as you're coming out of a period of suffering. So I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you've reached the calmness stage, and that's what March is going to be like for you. Is just this, you've been through it, but this month is going to be coming out of it, and with the deep calm that comes with it. So let's see what the runes have to say. Oh, interesting. That was in the same position the last reading I did, so that's cool and consistent. Let's see what the runes are, and there's the final one. Good. So your central issue this month, as the card may have indicated, is of your journey. We have Raido, which is the journey rune. If you are coming out of a period of suffering, it's a time of deep calm, but it is steps on your journey. So your focus is going to be the journey and maybe resuming your journey. Leading up to this, we have Avaz. So it looks like this wasn't a languishing kind of suffering. This was this was an active period where you were moving like all the time. You were like moving around, running around. This is Avaz. It's the horse rune. It has to do with movement. Also spirit. So there may have been a spiritual component, but I think a lot of it was probably instinct. There was probably a lot of just like keeping moving, and it was difficult. And now you are coming out of it. You're sort of rising out of that. As part of your journey, you're rising up, and there's a deeper calm than there was before, even though you are continuing the steps of your journey. So what is going to help you at this time is we have Uruz. And Uruz is the rune of the wild ox, and it has to do with strength and health. And that's what's helping you the most as you come out of this and as you continue on your journey right now, is just the knowledge that you are strong, that you are of good health. You're strong, you're grounded, you might be even a little bit stubborn, which is excellent in terms of what's helping you right now. But this great strength that you have, this groundedness, is really what has helped you get as far as you have. And maybe now is the time when you're really acknowledging it, going, you know what, I really am really strong. I got through this, and I'm coming out of it. I'm feeling the great calm of coming out of it. And man, I'm just a total badass. I'm super strong, and just, I've done it. I'm grounded, I'm strong, I'm coming out of it. What isn't going to help you, and I've seen this one recently as well in this position, but it's Sovilo. Sovilo is the rune of the sun. It has to do with source energy, and what this is saying is you may be burned out, and that might drag you down a bit, or you may be worried about energy levels as well as you come out of it. But just remind yourself how strong you are, and that's going to help you move forward. And what this is going to lead you to is a real sense of completion, a real sense of, this is Yira. It's the rune of the harvest. Technically, I mean, it means year. So it has to do with, yes, the fruits of your labors, which you are seeing, but also a season of time. Like you feel like you've really completed something by the time you get past the step that you're at now. So by the end of March, you're really going to feel like you have brought something to completion that you were doing and that you were going through. So that, Aries, is your reading. I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Leo. So Leo, let's see what your card is of the White Light Oracle. We have Sacrament of Extreme Unction. This is all about honoring the thing that is ending. So there is something in your life right now that is ending, and you need, I'm just ripping up all of my setup, but that's okay. You are wanting to honor it at this point in time. Just picked up something off the floor. There we go. So Leo, let's see what the runes have to say about your March that is coming up. Okay, interesting. Right. Very good. You know what? I think this is 3 in a row for Savilo in that spot. Okay. So your central issue this month is going to be is represented here by Pertho reversed. Now, Pertho is the rune of surprises. It's the lot box, so it has to do with surprises revealed, fate, luck, but also whatever is being revealed is something that was always there. And in this case, it's reversed and it's on the path line. So I'm seeing this as you've come through this thing that is now ending and that you are now honoring. Through this, you have learned something about yourself that you did not know before. This is something that's been revealed through this process that is now ending. About yourself that you didn't realize before. So this is something that's going to be part of your honoring ceremony if you do one. Leading up to this, you've been on a heck of a journey, and this journey has now reached the point where where it is ending. It feels like it is ending, and you are honoring the new aspect of yourself that you have learned and that you are incorporating into your life now, which is very, very neat. What is going to help you is we have Avaz. Avaz is the rune of the horse. Now the horse has to do with movement, but also spirit. So I'm seeing more the spirit aspect in this, where this is sort of an integration of aspects of self and an integration of spirit, where your spirit is, you're knowing more of your spirit than you did before. At the same time, what's going to help you is keep moving forward. The horse is all about movement, so it's about moving forward from this point. You are honoring the thing that is ending, but your focus is going to be on moving forward from it. What isn't going to help is we have Sovilo. Again, in the lower line, we've seen this a couple times today already. Sovilo has to do, Sovilo is the sun, basically, and it has to do with source energy and your access to source energy. And I'm seeing this a couple ways. One, you may be worried about energy levels after what you've come through. You may also feel burned out after what you've come through. So you may be like, I don't want to even move forward from this, but you need to. So you may be like, just drained from it. But moving forward is how you're going to get forward. And so honor the thing that is ending, but move forward. What this is going to lead to by the end of the month is you're really going to have a good sense of what you need and what you need to do. This is Nauthiz, it's the rune of need. And it's not like emergency need, but it's like you're going to have a list. You're going to have a list of things that, okay, now that this is over, I need to do this, 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 and this. And that's going to help me. And that's where you're going to be by the end of March. So good luck, Leo, and I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. Let's see what is in store for you and me in March 2022. Queen of the Nagas. This has to do with water-based healing. So emotion, intuition, heart, all of that stuff in a healing capacity. So let's draw some runes. Nice. Oh, I like that. Oops, let's turn that. Good stuff. Okay, Sagittarius. So our central issue in March is going to be Berkana. Berkana is the rune of birth and beginnings. It's the birch tree rune. So this is a good time to have a new beginning in the world of things. It's like to begin anew. Berkana also has to do with yin identity. Whatever gender you identify as, this is the yin side of it. This is the more the more yielding, soft yin side of things. So this is your yin identity, the one that the natural, organic, identity, less forceful, less active, but very present. And this is basically, so you're going to be beginning something anew. This is sort of like washing, this is like washing through that. So it's sort of like a birth through water, which is emotion, intuition, and heart. So let the emotions cleanse, let the intuition flow. Focus on heart, and it's this new birthing of this new beginning, this new birthing that you're doing. You're emerging. You're being birthed into the world. Leading up to this, we have Urus. So you've been very strong. Maybe you've been even stubborn. There's been a lot of groundedness. There's been a lot of like solidity, strength and health really leading up to this, but that's allowed for this to start flowing through now in March and to bring through this new beginning. What is going to help is we have Dagas. Dagas is the rune of the breaking of the day. So it's basically breakthroughs that are happening while it's this like you're birthing, you're beginning your new beginnings, and it's bursting through, and it's inarguable, and it's basically just unignorable, and the revelations that are coming with this are just the same as that. It's very, very exciting. It's like just you can't see what I was just doing, but it's exciting. Now, what isn't helping is this month is don't narrow your options as you're coming out. One thing, like I tell people for writing, for example, don't edit as you write. Get it all out first, edit later. And this is basically saying don't focus too hard on it. Let it come out as it will. Let it be natural as water flow. Just let it flow. Let it flow. And this is, Kana is reverse. Kana is normally rune of expansion. Reverse has to do with narrowing. And this is in the negative, not negative, but the not helping line. So narrowing of options, not going to help. So your next, so basically, don't narrow your options, just let it burst through. Let it begin, let it flow. What your outcome is going to be is we have Ansu's reversed. Ansu's is the rune of communication manifestation. It is reversed. So you're going to be much more in connection with your inner voice, your inner communication, but also you're going to want to listen. It's like everything is going to be new. So this is going to be the time by the end of the month, Sagittarius, where you're just going to feel like you just want to get your bearings and just listen and be silent, and do be in communication inwardly with your inner voice and your inner communication guides and helpers and all that. But dreams, well, actually dreams is generally Lagu's reversed. But anyway, inner communication, yes, but just listen and just be silent and be aware and just take it in. And that's going to be the outcome of the month. So that, Sagittarius, is your reading. I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Pisces. So Pisces, we're going to start with a card from the White Light Oracle, and we get the Deer of Delta. Now this has to do with just a deep trust. Just basically is just a deep trust while you just surrender to healing. Just like go into that deep healing state and just trust in the natural grace to protect you while you heal. So let's see what the runes have to say. Pisces. Pisces, it's your birthday month too. Yay! I forgot to tell Aries that it's some of their birthday months. But anyway, Pisces, it's your birthday month. Oh no, Aries is not your birthday month. Aquarius was your birthday. You know what? Don't listen to me. But Pisces, it's your birthday month. It is Aries. It's the end of the month. The end of the month is Aries. Runes is my focus. I can tell you about runes. I can write you a sonnet. Okay. So your central issue here is Berkana reversed, interestingly. We just saw Berkana upright as the last central issue, so it's kind of interesting that Berkana landed in the same place, but reversed. And this is going to have to do with sort of backburnering a beginning. So there might be something that you had hoped to get on with, but right now you have to heal. You have to just stop everything and go inward and heal. And at the same time, Berkana reversed has to do with birthing something inwardly. So you're sort of incubating something. You're turning inward and you're just directing that beginning inward. You're beginning something, but really deep. Now, leading up to this, you were very yang. Like this is divine masculine, and this is divine feminine. So this is very, very yang. It's Ingvaz. It's Ing is another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god, and it has to do with you've been very active creating stuff, putting things together, actively shaping your world. At this point, you need to take a break. You need to go deep into yin land, and so that's where you are now. And for the month of March, that's pretty much where you're going to be. That's your best focus. What is going to help you here is you have a great inner strength. This is Uruz, it's the rune of the wild ox. It has to do with strength and health. It is reversed and it's on the upper line. So I'm actually going to read this a couple of ways. Yes, you absolutely have deep, deep inner strength, which is what you're tapping into to help you heal. At the same time, what is helping you is the fact that you don't have the strength or the health at the moment throughout this month, not as much as you'd like, to do otherwise. So just surrender to that. Just basically, this is what the Deer of Delta is saying, is just surrender to that. Trust the healing process. Trust that you will be safe while you heal. But also, yes, you do have a great inner strength, and that's what you can rely on. So, among other things. So what isn't going to help is you're going to be worried about negative things happening. So this is absolute trust. This is absolute trust. This is the worry. This is the worry that there's going to be a negative surprise that you're not going to be safe from. Paratho reversed. Surprises, luck, fate. But it's reversed and it's on the lower line. So that's the fear. If that starts to be the case, just bring yourself back up to, you know what, this is my time to do this. I have to turn inward. I have to bring these beginnings from deep within. I have to recover. I have to heal. And what this is going to lead you to, and this is really interesting because this is the same rune I just saw in the previous reading, but it's unrelated because it's a completely different story. But it's the same sort of thing. Is the outcome of this is that you are going to be much more in connection with your inner communication, with the communication with yourself, your body, or whatever needed to heal. So you're going to be very much more in tune with that. B, you're going to be a little more tentative at the end of the month in terms of communications outwardly. You're going to be a little bit more quiet. You're going to be a little bit more in a listening state. And you're still going to be manifesting things inwardly because Ansuz is the rune of communication and manifestation. So you're still going to be working on manifesting within, which has to do with your healing. So that, Pisces, is your reading. I wish you a lovely March. I wish you happy healing. And take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Cancer people. So I am going to bring down a white light oracle for you. And this is Shaktipat of Seahorse. This has to do with trusting natural grace. The seahorse is a useless swimmer and has to trust that what it needs will come to it on the current. So this looks like a much more viable swimmer, even though it's got hooves. But anyway, that's what this month is mainly going to be focusing on, is just trusting to natural grace that what you need will come to you. So very nice. So I'm going to throw down some runes. We're going to see what that's going to be about. Lovely. Okay. Alrighty, this is very nice. This is very nice. So your central issue this month, Cancer people, is going to be focused on joy. We have Vunyo, the joy rune, in the central issue spot. And really, you're going to be, while you are trusting what you need to come to you, your focus is going to be on your joy. Just follow your joy. That's the main thing. Recently, you've had a new beginning, like a major new beginning. We have Berkana, which is the rune of birth and beginnings. This may even have been a birth. There may have been a birth. And you're riding on that joy and just trusting with natural grace. But even if it wasn't an actual birth, something has begun recently. Something new has begun, and that's really raised your vibe. You're in that high vibe, love, vibrational level where everything seems possible. So that's a really good place to be. And that's why you're mainly focused on joy at this point. So you want to basically keep that focus on your joy. That's going to carry you forward. What is going to help you is use what you have. You know, we have Ingvaz, which is Ing's rune, which is Ing's another name for Frey. Frey's the fertility god. So it has to do with active creation. So you're going to be in that really high vibrational state where you're going to be, creation is going to come easy. So now is the time to actually use that. Create, not just, you know, create things, but create the things around you. Create your surroundings. Create whatever you can. Use what you can to make what you can. Just work with what's around you. There's going to be joy in it, and that's going to amplify your joy. Is the more you work with what's around you and trust natural grace to bring you what you need, the more joy you're going to be in touch with, as long as you're following your joy to begin with. What isn't going to help you is we have Fehu reversed, and I'm going to read this a few ways. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. Reversed, it often has to do with confidence, so you may be worried about your confidence level. Like your confidence, if your confidence may waver, but just bring yourself back up to the state of joy and bring yourself back up to creating things, and that's going to help you. But also, there may be like a lack of resources, which is why you've gone into this state of, I trust that whatever I need is coming to me. So if you start to worry about the lack of resources, that could worry you, like that could drag you down. If that starts to be the case, again, work with what you have. Work with whatever you have. You're in a really good state right now in terms of joy. Joy is easy to come by, so just focus on that. And what this is going to lead you to is a greater flow of your own nourishing energy and the energy that nourishes you. We have Sovilo, the sun, has to do with source energy, has to do with energy levels, vanquisher of darkness, all that good stuff. So this is a lovely reading for you, Cancer. So that is your reading for March 2022, Cancer people. I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Scorpio people. Let's throw down a white light oracle card for you. We have Ein Sof Aur. Again, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but that seems about right. And what this means is your path is opening out before you. You've reached a point where you feel like you can actually see your path ahead of you. Your path opens up before you. You know your way. Let's throw down some runes and see what message they can add to this gorgeous, gorgeous card. Okay, neat. Aha. Okay, so your central issue this month is really going to be focused on heart. Even though in the picture the path is opening out through her, I guess either inner eye or crown, it's sort of both between, but also through her heart. So basically you're going to be heart focused. You're going to be letting your heart lead, and through that you're going to be able to very clearly see the path opening up in front of you. Leading up to this, we have Ingvaz. So it looks like there's been a lot of constructing your path, like constructing what's been around you. Ingvaz is Ing's rune. Ing is another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god. And his rune has to do with active creation. So there's been a lot of yang shaping and preparation for what you're going into. But that's the preparation, and that's good. You needed to do that yang preparation. But now that the preparation is done, your path is opening out in front of you, and you're going to need to follow that path by following your heart. Your heart may vary, so whatever that means for you. What is going to help you the most is we have Manas reversed. Manas is the rune of humanity and your part in it, and your note in the song, basically. And what it is it is reversed, and it's on the upper line right now. So what this means is you're not going to be listening to what other people are telling you to do for this. This is your path. Nobody else can tell you how to walk your path. So the best thing that you can do is focus on, you know your way, you know what you need, and this path, it's your heart that you're following. So just tune out the din. Tune out the din of people going, oh, you ought to do this, or you need to do that. It's like, well, you know what? I know what I need. This is my path. I prepared for it, and I'm ready for it. I'm following my heart down this path, and that is my map. So what isn't going to help you is we have Raido. Raido is the rune of the journey. So I'm going to read this a couple ways. You're going to be a bit worried about the journey ahead because a lot of this was yang preparing for this, Scorpio. You were preparing for this in a very yang way. and now you've stepped into yin mode. So you're following your heart through this, and part of you still wants to control the journey ahead, but the journey ahead is going to be very organic and very heart-centered. And so try not to worry about the journey. If you're worried about the journey and what people may think, bring yourself back up to where you're tuning out that din and just listening to your heart and letting that lead. And what this will lead to by the end of the month is a greater sense of communication and manifestation. This is Ansu's, and that's the rune, communication and manifestation. But also, you're going to be able to express as well what you're doing. Like it's not only going to be you're walking the path, but you're going to be able to express what is happening while you're walking down that path. It's going to be something that is going to be your song. Your path is going to become your song. Your heart-led path is going to become the song that you share with the world. So that, Scorpio, is your reading for March 2022. I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye. It's Ophiuchus time! Hello, Ophiuchus Snakey! It is time to do the Ophiuchus reading for March 2022. I forgot the Ophiuchus Snakey in the other room and I had to quickly run. But anyway, we're all here now. So let's start with a card from the White Light Oracle. Ishtar's Lion's Gate 888. So this has to do with rebirth. This has to do with integration of experience and absolute rebirth. So this is very exciting for the Ophiuchuses this month. It's going to be a big month for you. So let's see what the runes have to say about that. Oop. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I'm going to have to lean these are long runes, so I'm going to have to lean this one on the snake. Oh, cool. All right, outcome. Let's see the outcome. Oh my. Okay, that's interesting because that was the rune. Anyway, I'm not going to keep talking about the runes that showed up in previous readings because this is your reading, Ophiuchus. So, your central issue this month is going to be, just like this card says, the ending of a journey. This is the ending of a journey that you were on. And leading up to this, Raido, it's the journey rune. Leading up to this, we have Manas. Manas is the rune of humanity and your part in it. And you've really, up until March, you've really feel like you've come into a state of being where you really feel where you belong. You really feel like, I'm where I belong. I know where I feel best. And here I am. I've integrated all of this. And now I'm sort of drawing the journey that I had been on to a close. What is helping you at this point is really, it's like, I guess, recapitulation. It's like creating something out of what you've learned all this time and like what you've picked up on your journey. Because we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is Ing's rune. Ing is another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god, and this has to do with active creation. So it's almost like it's not like you're collaging it, but you might be collaging it. You're basically making a ceremony or a memorial to your journey up until this point, which you are now drawing to a close, where you've integrated everything and you are being reborn. You're starting a new start, having integrated everything that you learned on this journey, which is very, very exciting. What isn't going to help is it might be a highly emotional time for you, Ophiuchus. We have Laguz, it's the rune of, it's the lake, it's the water, it's the emotion, intuition, and heart. But it's been a very rich time, and closing this journey could be a very emotional time. What the runes are suggesting is, if you just let yourself be overwhelmed, that's actually going to drag you down. The best thing that they're saying is to turn that emotion into integrating it into something that you're creating that's going to commemorate this journey that you've been on so far. Now, that's good. So basically, you've come through this. You're closing this journey. Honor it. Make something out of it. Like, make something physical out of it. And if you feel over emotional about it, direct those emotions into what you're creating. And what this will lead to is, and then you'll be able to express it. So as you draw this to a close, starting your new chapter, being reborn, you will be creating this thing, and then the outcome by the end of the month, you will be able to clearly express what you've created out of the journey that you've had. So that's very exciting, Ophiuchus. I'm looking forward to this for you, and to be honest, for me, because I'm an Ophiuchus too. So there we go. There's your reading for March 2022, Ophiuchus people. I wish you a lovely March. Take care till next time. Bye.